So, the story begins with Yuji Itadori, just your average, everyday, 15-year-old kickboxing prodigy who makes unsolicited movie analysis videos on YouTube. One day he visits his grandpops who's dying of thirst, and the old man is like,
I'm sorry, Yuji, but it appears as though my untimely demise will soon be upon us. I've long since accepted that I will no longer be of this vast, beautiful world. But before I make the inevitable passage into the heavens above, just promise me one thing. Please, cancel my Netflix account. The premium wasn't worth it. At all.
way ahead of your grandpa. What's your account password?
God damn it.
So dude croaks, and Yuji and his friends in the Supernatural Club have to perform a seance so they can call Netflix's customer support line and get Gramps' account terminated. But shit runs amok when they use a chicken finger as a bartering tool, and spirits from the great beyond want to get a taste of it. This other dude, Fushiguro Megami, comes in for the save using his 10 pit bulls, but when the starving masses prove to be too great, Yuji decides to just eat the goddamn chicken finger, and the black-haired guy is like, bro, are you good? Yeah, why? You just ate a chicken finger. Yeah, so? Without honey mustard sauce, bro! Are you even human?
No, I'm not.
So, this body snatcher right here is the most vicious and powerful sorcerer to have ever ravaged the earth, sucking a dick. Bro was labeled a legend for having the most bomb fried chicken recipe in all of existence, but dude went mad with power and cursed the world using his unparalleled jujitsu recipes. His soul was eventually sealed away so that the other fast food clans could have a chance to prosper, but the resulting chaos unleashed a horde of curses physically manifested by excessive saltiness levels. And so the modern day sorcerers of this era must now hone their jujitsu skills to exercise these curses and bring peace across the world. And you just like, that all sounds perfectly accurate, but is killing me really necessary? Yes, cause if you go around revealing how sucking a dick's original recipe was actually mad fire, he'll completely monopolize the restaurant world, and we can't let that happen. So this fucker here is anime's latest symbol, Gojo. Man's a teacher who's got jujitsu powers up the wazoo, but since his eyes can pulverize every pussy in a 20-mile radius, he's really only around for fighting the PR battles. Anyway, faced with the promise of either a soon or eventual execution date, the huge man decides to enroll in the local jujitsu school to help track down and eat the remaining 19 chicken fingers and make sure history never learns what true deliciousness used to be. Rounding out the squad is that cool Megumi dude and this girl from the boonies, Nobara Kugisaki, who specializes in being a totally badass voodoo practitioner inversely proportional to her screen time. So the gang gets their first assignment of trying to deliver a cursed womb, but when the situation escalates into special grade level, Megs and Cougs nope the fuck out of there, leaving Yuji to be like, yo, suck a nut, I'm not qualified to perform a cesarean without adult supervision. Help a bro out, yeah? So sucking the dick brings the baby to term and tries to launch his grand reopening, but Fuji Bro comes back and makes Yuji's body implode by inflicting him with a lethal dosage of Nakama. Man gets taken to the morgue and is pronounced dead by— Whoa! Okay. He's pronounced dead by her, but sucking a dick brings Yuji's body back in exchange for letting him have 2 big O's a week. Our boy wakes up in Gojo's man cave who's like, damn dude, you can't just go die in the 5th episode, that's Attack on Titan's whole thing. So Sensei gives Yuji an incredibly simplified and easy to follow explanation about using cursed energy, and our boy is like, I don't wanna read subtitles. Okay, new plan. Put these headphones on and spend the next 4 days watching these YouTube videos about how our magic system works. Just be careful though, because some assholes will put spoilers in the thumbnail like this one. Wait. I what now?! In the meantime, this league of very obvious evil dudes meet up at Denny's to discuss their plans for a corporate merge with sucking a dick. They agree that getting Gojo out of the picture first would greatly increase their market value in the eyes of the public, so they send out this one cursed Jogo to pull the guy over for driving while sexy. Also, they burn down the Denny's. During the pullover, Jogo tries to overpower Gojo with his limited time Szechuan sauce, but Gojo tells Jogo that the flavor is so-so and then uses his mojo to shoot the bozo over to Togo. This particular mojo is defined by the Jujutsu Wiki as Gojo's infinite riz, as well as the domain expansion. The latter is an especially fearsome technique because it guarantees a single hit by enveloping the opponent with the user's own essence. See, Jogo was able to unleash this move because it's Friday evening and he had baked salmon for dinner as opposed to fettuccine alfredo. Thankfully, Gojo was able to cancel his domain by sending 2 of his credit cards to the Shadow Realm, and since Jogo can't counterspell him when it's exactly 58 degrees out, he went down pretty easily. So the baddies are all pissed off, and the lead dude, Ghetto Trash, is like, on October 31st, the curses shall bring forth a new world order. Oh dude, that's Halloween. I know, right? It's like symbolic and stuff. Meanwhile, Nomura and Megs are all pretty bummed that their friend died, so they decide to take group therapy sessions with these upperclassmen who also specialize in living harrowing, painful existences. We got Maki with her let her cook ability, Bonito Flakes with their reverse Tourette's ability, and Panda with the I'm just a straight up Pokemon ability. They gear up to take on another school in the district in observance of some bullshit school solidarity program where you can honest to God get credit hours for bullying your peers. See, there are these mouth breathers from the Kyoto school, Maki's sister My Girl, and Aoi Schwarzenegger, who waltz in like a couple of smug fucks, and the big dude is like, pop quiz, what kind of chicks are you into? Oh, well, I'm kinda questioning right now, but I wouldn't say that I'm into women specifically. I found that my orientation leans more to being demisexual if I had to put a label to. Boring! So, these two just outright commit attempted murder in broad daylight with this my chick pulling out a fucking revolver on them right under the staff's noses. And I wish I could say this is just another one of Jujutsu Kaisen's fantasy elements that only ever happens in fiction. But it's not. Sometime after, there's this big stink out in the real world about these 3 asshole teenagers who died while watching the new Indiana Jones movie. Yuji tag teams an investigation with this one older dude that's like 85% cheekbones, who's all like, yeah, I fucking hate my job, but I have enough integrity to look out for you kids and conduct myself with good morals. So I regulate my emotions by looking for an acceptable target to unleash my quiet rage upon. And the girlies were like, I volunteer as tribute! Anywho, the culprit of this crime was Mahito, aka the Reddit curse. Dude finds a post online from this one kid Junpei asking if not feeling sympathy for his dead bullies makes him a scumbag. So he starts toying with the algorithm so that all this sussy conspiracy shit shows up on the boy's feed, knowing full well that he's vulnerable, confused, and looking for a justification. And it works too, cause bro is like this close to kickstarting his Tyler Durden story when all of a sudden, Yuji pops in being all, hey man, you like movies? Yeah, I guess. Cool, then you should totally subscribe to the YouTube channel Explained with Bad Doodles. The dude behind it draws a ton of videos where he explains cartoons, anime, and other nerdy shit with his tongue-in-cheek, amusingly inaccurate drawings. Hell, join his Patreon or drop a super thanks in the comments while you're at it. I don't know, man. Can't I just watch his videos and completely disregard his effort like a normal person? Well, yeah, but the thing is, the creator of these videos has a pretty fucked up sense of humor, meaning he spends an entire month just to make one video that YouTube could very well end up demonetizing. Well then why doesn't he just make family-friendly content for all ages instead of playing chicken with the community guidelines? Also, why doesn't he just ask his viewers directly for money instead of making you do it for him? Because bro's suffering from a terminal case of artist rot that makes him prioritize quality, entertaining content at the expense of being a dumbass regarding anything related to business acumen. Which is why he left it up to me, Yuji Itadori, the 15-year-old main character of Jujutsu Kaisen, to ask you, the audience, for support on his behalf. Fine, but you know, if he's that gung-ho about asking for support from his followers, wouldn't it make more sense to speak through the character Miwa since, you know, making money is a whole big thing with her? Yeah, but she hasn't been properly introduced this far in the story yet, so bringing her up now would lead to a very obvious interruption and completely disrupt the flow of the video. Good point, Yuji. And we wouldn't want that now, would we? So, they bro it out over a shared love of the Barbie movie, and holy shit, Junpei's mom is hot! Look, I know Jujutsu Kaisen is like known for its man cakes and all, but it's definitely no slouch in regards to its puss cakes either. I'm just saying. Anyway, Yuji is like one step away from sliding in there, but Mahito has to be a total punk and kill the woman with one of the chicken fingers. This sends Junpei way down the Reddit hole, and Yuji is like, bro, it's okay, you're Kenough, remember? No, I am not Kenuff, man. I'm Sigma as hell, and I'll die alone without ever so much as seeing a coochie. Then Mahito turns him into a literal coochie, and Yuji is like, damn it, sucking a dick, help me out here. And he's like,
Sorry, bro, but I don't do threesomes, okay? That's my hard limit.
So, Yuji punches out Mahito with his Divergent Fist move that he picked up after watching the movie Divergent. It doesn't quite work out though, since Mahito's subreddit rules explicitly forbid it. But then Hanami drops in and ratios the asshole into revealing his history of changing the rules just so he can deflect against criticism. Mahito then tries to double down and set everything to private using his domain expansion, but since he accidentally gave Sukuna Dick admin privileges, the whole subreddit gets canned and Mahito is sent running home back to mommy's basement. So, Mr. Gojo hears about this and is like, damn son, you saw your buddy killed right before your eyes? No worries, man. Here's the address if you want to make an appointment with our trauma counseling services. There's nothing here. Yeah. Anyway, Yuji makes this huge grand return as the main character of the series, and no one, not even the dude's closest friends, are especially happy about it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys, I get he's not the most interesting MC in the world, but like, give the boy a break, right? So, the squad gets down and dirty about beating the Kyoto kids in the upcoming friendly competition, and Yuji is like, guys, I'm pretty sure the nutsacks from the other school are conspiring to kill me. And Nobes is like, no, they're planning to assassinate you, bro. There's a huge distinction. So, everyone attempts to off Yuji, cause damn if they don't want that fried chicken recipe. Hulk Jr. in particular eggs him on, and is like, are you a tits or ass man? Neither. I'm into feet. My best friendo! So, Yuji makes friends with a guy who compromised his moral responsibilities for a fetish, naturally. In the meantime, the rest of the kids engage in a heated battle with someone from the opposite school in a no-holds-barred, anything-goes power scaling discussion. Mekamaru uses an AI chatbot to demonstrate his cyborg powers since his real body is made out of glass bones and paper skin. The panda dude, however, is actually 3 species in one body, so he's able to describe his backstory to multiple concurrent audiences, and thus winning him the round. As for the ladies, this straight-up witch girl tries to score brownie points by making a politically charged speech tailored to 4th-wave feminist and Sebastian stanners. Unfortunately, I just lost 30 subscribers for making that comment, so here's a visual representation of Nobara's very sound rebuttal. Then we got the sisters, Mai and Maki, who got some literal beef going on. See, these chicks are part of the Zenin clan, a notorious family-owned barbecue franchise that controls 1/3 of all jujutsu sorcerers thanks to their monopoly on shikigami meat. Maki was born with an incredibly mild case of astigmatism, and the family cut her off since glasses don't fit the company image. Her sister Mai resents her now because she basically had to take her job despite wanting to go into liberal arts, and she's like, why couldn't you just wear contacts, you stupid bitch? It's not that hard to get used to! And Maki's like, I can't put foreign objects in there, man. What if I poke my eye out or something? It's only a mild retinal detachment, Maki. Like, God, grow a pair already. Oh yeah, there's also Blue Kobeni, who gets absolutely destroyed for trying to execute her simp domain, aka my favorite character. Lastly, Fuji is taking on this anemic kid who thinks people care about his backstory, but shit hits the proverbial fan when a giant dome wraps around the courtyard and this vegan curse named Hanami shows up with its new line of Beyond Beef products. Toge subjects it to physical pain by yelling the words, "Demon Slayer is a good show!" But he also gets knocked out by the recoil damage. So Pink Top and his improbably buff teenage friend give it 3 times the clap back, but its vines are just too darn stubborn to uproot. And so Yuji whips out a new power-up called Black Flash. See, this whole time, Yuji's been wearing these lacy black panties strictly for comfort reasons, not realizing that they also double as a 2.5 damage multiplier for every square inch of skin it doesn't cover, so anytime Yuji flashes them, it makes Hanami hurt itself in its confusion. It's not enough to turn the tide, however, because Hanami's bush is just too darn powerful. But Gojo breaks through the dome because he's just too darn powerful, and he's like, alright bro, check this out. What happens when you combine blue and red? Purple? Nope. Hashtag 800080. No! Hexadecimal variables! So, Hanami gets cancelled for not understanding how the show works, but it turns out it was all a ruse so that Mahito could swipe another chicken finger. Everyone's all mopey now because some students died in the wake of another school tragedy, so they play baseball over their friends' ashes. And after taking one whole day to get over it, Mr. Gojo sends the kiddos off to their next mission. So, we got another 4 kids who died at their apartment due to a home invasion, and since it's obviously a curse and not some, serial killer with an MO, our intrepid trio follow up on a lead from a friend of Megumi's comified sister that takes them to a bridge where the local kids practice their bungee jumping. Yeah, bungee jumping. They find these brothers in the overpass trying to make a career in the professional fine arts, but their gimmick of mixing their blood in Mountain Dew and using it as paint was just a little too avant-garde for the mainstream audience. As a result, they've been forced to scrounge for chicken fingers just so they can make ends meet. And really though, it's not their fault. See, they were part of the Kamo clan, a supplier who prides itself in serving food born via crossbreeding. Long story short, Founder Dude was a sicko who made his wife perform shit on demons that would get this video demonetized, and now his descendant offspring look like something out of that one X-Files episode. Yuji and Nobers put him out of their misery, join up with Megs after he retrieves another finger, and of course, Main Boy here is conflicted since, he just killed someone who was partially human. And Main Girl is like, no worries, man. Think of your social circle as a circle of chairs. Sometimes, a friend wants to sit on your face and use you as their personal butt cleaner. And as their friend, there are times where you just gotta roll with it. Thanks, Nobara. I know you guys give me a whole lot of shit sometimes, but I get that you just want me to be happy now that my lifespan's been cut short, So I just want you guys to know that I'm glad you both will be alive forever. What? I mean, come on, man. Not to break the mood or anything, but this is a dangerous profession, and we really could die at any moment. Fushiguro, I've seen you try to kill yourself like 4 times already to no avail. We're clearly running on some anime logic here, so I can tell you right now that if the Earth is plagued by a global menace that can only be fixed by a handful of kids from Japan, we're basically gods in human clothing. That's a relief. I can't wait to see what my future holds as someone who will live an ostensibly long time. Me too, girl. Me too. So, I only follow the anime like a fucking plebe, so feel free to cook me in the comments, but I started wondering, are cursed spirits an entirely Japanese phenomenon? Cause we got dudes like Mahito and Hanami that represent the negativity for humans and forests respectively, and last I checked, you can find people and trees in other countries if you look hard enough. Is everyone outside of Japan just wallowing in a sea of positivity or something? Or did the special curses take an impromptu trip over to Japan just so they can ride Sukuna Dick's dick? If you have an answer to this question, then please join my Patreon and support the channel so I can quit my day job and spend the rest of my years making more dick jokes. Thanks for watching, and until then, stay tuned.